and that is cranberry jelly, or sorry, what's it called? Never mind, let me start over. Hey guys, it's Bobby here with Mississippi Gulf Coast Gardener. Today we're going to do a quick recipe for Thanksgiving. It's jellied cranberry sauce. And what you're going to need, we're making a double batch, so you're going to need a half a cup of cornstarch, 2 cups of sugar, 2 12-ounce bags of fresh cranberries, and 2 cups of water. Okay, so the water is boiling and we're going to add 2 cups of sugar, which I believe that's a half cup measuring unit, so we're going to do 4 of those, and you're just making a simple syrup. Okay, all of the sugar is dissolved. Next step is to put the cranberries in, and you're basically just going to cook them until they pop. You will know when that happens. It's not like popcorn per se, but you'll be able to tell. I'll make sure and provide some of that footage as well. I'm going to stir those in first and just let them cook. There went one. So when their internal temperature reaches a certain point, the fruit expands and the skin pops. That's a popped one there. I don't know exactly how long this part takes, 10 to 15 minutes maybe, but we're not cooking them on a rolling boil, we're just cooking them on medium-high heat. Okay, so as you can see here, it's probably been about 10 minutes. Now it's starting to boil even more. We haven't changed the heat, and it's starting to froth, that pink froth. So that's about the time when you're done. You just want to stir it really good, and then the next step is going to be straining it. Okay, now we're over at the sink, and we have a large bowl set up with a strainer. It's not a very large strainer, but that's where we're going to pour the contents into, and the goal here is to get the skins and the seeds and all that stuff out. You want to be very careful when you do this because it is hot. You're just going to press and get all that goodness through the strainer. Keep all the skins and seeds out. This is a pretty simple recipe. We tried it for the first time last year, and it is oh so good. When you put it on your dressing or whatever you eat it with, man, this stuff is really good. I like canned cranberry sauce, but that is a totally different animal from this. This is delicious. So you're just going to keep straining this through. I'm not going to keep video in this portion, but when we're finished we'll come back. Here we're using a bowl. I'll put a paper towel in there. No particular reason other than I didn't want to have to scrape it out. Okay, so you can see the consistency here. It's a little watery. There's some thickness to it, but that's where the cornstarch comes into play, and we're going to show you that next. So using the same pot that we used earlier, we're just going to pour that mixture back into it. No skins, no seeds. And you see she wants to get it all because it's so yummy. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is get the heat back on it and add some cornstarch. Okay, so we're going to use the good stuff again, a nice solo cup, and I've got about 1/3 of that filled with water, and we're going to add the cornstarch to that water and make the cornstarch slurry. So the reason that you're doing the slurry in water outside of cooking it is because the cornstarch dissolves much better in cold water. So you're going to have a lot more clumpage in hot water. So now that it's dissolved in this cup, you just add it directly like that. It doesn't add any flavor whatsoever. It just helps with the consistency and thickness of the cranberry sauce. So we got the heat back on, about medium high, and I'm just going to stir it in. Okay, it's starting to thicken up pretty good now after stirring it for just a few minutes. Okay, we're going to pour this into that mason jar. It looks so yummy. Alright, there you go. We ended up with 3 1-pint jars of cranberry sauce. It looks so good, guys. One jar is going to go to a close friend, another jar is going to work for a Thanksgiving function there, and the final jar is going to stay here for our Thanksgiving dinner. I'm totally excited about it. We are going to let these cool off before we put the lids on there, and then we'll stick them in the fridge, and they'll be nice and congealed by tomorrow. So looking forward to eating those things. It's a super simple recipe, and I really hope that you'll try it this Thanksgiving. It's a wonderful way to take an old ingredient, if you use canned cranberry sauce, and do something fresh and new. I promise you'll love it. Well, as always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and be sure to hit that notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we put out a new video. And finally, as always, happy gardening and happy eating.